Oftentimes, the people we know that love us, they show us through action and not always word. But when people say they love you, pay attention to their actions and not their words. In this video, I will show you an example of what I mean and how I can break this down to you. Go ahead and watch the video and tell me what you think. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well today. Happy New Year. Today is a great day to be alive here, January 1st, 2025. I'm grateful for a new day, a new year, and grateful for new beginnings. I expect 2025 to be a great year. All right. Hopefully, it is for you. I know it's going to be for me. All right. I declare to speak that into existence. So, let's get into today's video. Call who calls you. Right? What do I mean by that? Well, I'll give you some examples before I start talking. So, I'm at a nightclub or a bar, one night, just kind of chilling, hanging out, talking to a few females who were quite friendly. And we got into a deep conversation, about, friends, family members, coworkers, people you went to school with. And a lot of times, we get caught up in our everyday lives, so as I was talking to this young lady, she was talking about she had got into a bad car accident and she was hospitalized, and thankfully she's still here today, walking, talking, and looking fine, as pretty as ever. But as I talked to her, she mentioned about how many times, how many people came out and actually saw her or called her to check on her to see how she was doing. And I started thinking to myself, it's really funny because a lot of times people tell you that they love you, they tell you they care about you, when you're friends, you got people that want to hang out around you, be around you. But then when I listened to her story, she said maybe like one or two people actually called and reached out. And I said specifically that that's a sign right there that tells you, who people are. I told her, and we had this conversation because a lot of times when it comes to our relationships today, I said I care about people that are going to show me that they care through their action and through reciprocity. A person that cares through their action and reciprocity and not just saying with their word is a person that truly means something to you. So why do I say that we should call who calls us, right? I remember as I joined the military first, and I'll give another story in it as well. Back in 2013, I had a problem, with, just coming out into the world. I was new to the military, and I didn't know, a whole lot about the world around me. I was just thinking, I was just caught up in with just joining the military, making money, going to college, and so on and so forth. But I remember, I went away, and I went away for quite some time. I was always calling people, whether that be friends, family, back home, that never really called or reached out to me. And why do I say that? I say that because I cared about people that didn't necessarily show that they cared about me. A lot of times I wouldn't receive phone calls randomly from them checking on me, seeing how I was doing, just making sure that I was okay. A lot of times I was going through depression, I was sad, I was new to the military, so I was going through some hardships, right? And I was realizing, I watched some videos and it started talking about self worth. Not hanging out with people that don't necessarily hang out with you, people that talk behind your back, that show that they don't care about you. And I was, at the age around that time, 2021, and I'm out here just, by myself, no family, just coworkers and trying to establish and build friendships. And the same time, I realized I was calling people back home. I realized the only time they ever really called me was when they needed something. But then I went home one Christmas or one summer holiday time frame, and these people, same people in the family, were talking about how we should call each other more. People should reach out, just check on each other, and people need to get together and simply just talk to each other, see how each other's doing. So I sit down with one cousin, the knucklehead that he is, right? And he comes out, and I say, hey, I overheard you talking about, you saying that we need to call each other more. I said, why don't you reach out more? He said, well, I got things going on. He didn't really necessarily look at me or give me eye contact, right? So you already know there's a lie right there. And he was simply going in depth with, with what he had going on, things that, people, you know, it was see in our family, the things that we have going on, everybody, is different. And I said, well, it's interesting because someone was telling me today that, you should reach out, that we need to reach out more. I said, so why don't you do that? Well, I can tell you one time or two times that this person ever called me, right? And it wasn't for a phone call of, hey, how you doing? Just want to let you know I love you. Just want to let you know how I care about you, so on and so forth. Why do I say that? Because in today's world, people and families are growing up today in environments and family circles where people don't always reach out to you, especially as a black man in the black community. I listened to Deion Sanders say it. As a black man, people don't call you and check on you to see how you're doing in your community, in your family circle. People don't call you, see how you feeling, see if you're okay. They call you when they need something. And I'm saying to you as something to challenge you today, that if you are somebody that has family members, whether they be siblings, cousins, parents, uncles, grandparents, whomever, even if it's friend or coworkers, you have people that are calling you, asking you for something, but never really calling and checking upon you. But you find yourself reaching out to them. Think about those people that call you. So first off, I would stop calling those same people. Right? Stop calling those same people and stop giving effort where effort is not reciprocated. Alright? Call those people that call you, that check upon you. My grandmother and a former stepmother of mine, who I love very much dearly, both of them passed away sadly. But why do I talk about them? Because whenever I was in the military, going to school, going to college, it would be every so few weeks or so that my grandmother or my aunt or my not aunt but my stepmother at the time, she would call me, she would reach out to me, she would text me most mornings. Hey Trenton, good morning. Just want you to know I love you. Hope everyone's doing well. Love you to the moon and back. Hope everything is doing well for you. And I would text back, and there were moments, days, and times where whenever they called me, I answered. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, in my family that I've called and reached out to, I can tell you times where they simply either hung up the phone or didn't even take the time to respond at times. And that's how cold it got. So because they did that, I didn't mind, giving them money or doing things for them. I didn't mind doing things for my grandma. I didn't mind doing things for my stepmother. Why? Because they called me to check on me. So I would call them just to check on them, just to see how they're doing, just to reach out to them. And I say all that to say that a lot of times you will find that your circle is a lot smaller when it comes to people who care about you. And I hate to say this, but to a lot of you women out there, A lot of you women who think you have friends who think that you're popular, people care about you, or even people who are famous, athletes, whoever, or this even on the male side, you think you're well known, you think you got a lot of money, you think people care about you. I won't say go broke for a day, but take the time to self-reflect and remember that people show you who they are through their character and through their actions. When you can't help somebody, when you simply just can't be there for somebody, you know, take the time to question them based off of how they respond. You know what I mean? So in this video, I'm saying, that you should call who calls you, right? Don't give energy a lot of times where it's not reciprocated. Some people may say, I hear people all the time saying, well, that's family, you should never treat them, in a cold manner. Don't go cold towards them. But a lot of days, a lot of times, I'm finding that you get family and people who you call a friend, they're going cold towards you. And I'm saying for you, for people out there today, call who calls you. Call who shows you the most love, who shows you that they care about you, who shows you that you mean something to them. Outside of, hey, I need $50 here and there. Hey, I need $75 here and there. Hey, can I get $150, today for this and that? I can pay you back. People who are constantly calling in need of help, calling about drama, calling about, issues. That's another thing. If you got people calling you to spread drama, spread rumors, all that, nonsense that lowers your energy, don't even pick up, right? And I hate to say it, in a bad way, but sometimes you'll pick up and then they start talking about, yeah, I got this and this going on, such person, this and that. Like, limit that. Like, limit those conversations and protect your energy. Because at the end of the day, when you call who calls you, you start to define your own self worth. You start to define how you want people to treat you. And all in all, this boils down to how people should treat you. Don't let people think that they can just simply be there for you and that you have to go out of your way for them. If they're not calling you, checking up on you, making sure you're okay, next time you see them, they say, hey, I noticed you don't call as often. Well, the phone works both ways, buddy or chick. You know, you can call me too. You got people who are, you call and somehow the phone just goes straight to voicemail, and you see them online on Facebook, or what I'm saying, you call them and then after like the second or third ring, it takes at least 5 rings, and somehow they're in the middle of a ring, they hang up, even if they say they got important things going on. So do you. That's another excuse that I don't like, is when people say, well, we got lives and we got important things going on, but you want me to call you? You want me to reach out to you? Dude, chick, get real with yourself, right? All in all I'm saying to you today is know your self worth, define your self worth, and ultimately take care of you, right? Call who calls you. Call who shows you that you matter to them. Call people that will instantly pick up, that will not be afraid, you know, to reach out to you, or will not mind reaching out to you because they truly care about you. Alright, so that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching my channel today. If you're new, like, share, and subscribe to my content. And I'll get back to you with another video. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.